Hey, what's up, everyone? Okay, here's a quick review, and I'm going to kind of talk about L-Arginine. Okay, so L-Arginine, you might ask, what is it? You might have a question about the supplements. I'm going to show you the ones that I've recommended. I've tried some different ones. I really like these Havasu Nutrition ones. And first, let's go over what L-Arginine is. Now, before I get into it, if you go into the comments section, I do have links to these on Amazon. So you can check them out there if you want to. They're in the comments. Okay, so I'm going to start with the one that I actually started off with. So initially I got this. Now, they do not send, a lot of times they'll send me products. These I actually went out and purchased myself. And had a lot of good reviews. This one wasn't selling as much as the other one, but this is L-Arginine. It's active male formula, and it's with saw palmetto. And the reason why I like this, well, L-Arginine, let me step back a little bit. L-Arginine is a natural amino acid. You get it in like red meat, a lot of your proteins, like red meat, poultry, fish, dairy. It's a natural amino acid that actually creates nitric oxide. And what that does is it helps with your blood flow and circulation. So different reasons you can do it. Of course, if you have better blood flow, that's good for your good for energy. It's good for mental clarity, and other uses are if you have high blood pressure and also ED. So all those are reasons why you might want the L-Arginine. So this is one that I got at first. Let me go over it with you because I always like to see the size of the pills because I cannot swallow big pills. I just have, I've got issues with my esophagus and I can't do it. And you probably wouldn't either if you've had stuff that actually gets lodged and stuck down in there and you have to go to ER. So that's no fun. So always concerned about the size of these. So these are small. They're capsules, easy to swallow capsules, but they are small. You can get an idea. So they're really easy to swallow. It doesn't give me any kind of anxiety. They're not horse pills. You take 2 of these a day. This is 500 milligrams. Okay, so going back to the recommended dosage for L-Arginine, really depending on what you're getting it for. But specifically, if you're doing something like a lot of people get this for ED. So if you're doing that, I looked it up, went on WebMD. So these are WebMD numbers, but the recommended daily for, according to WebMD for ED is 1.5 grams to 5 grams a day. So this is 500 milligrams. You take 2 a day. And so it's well below that. So that's a 0.5 grams. So also it's 100% vegan. It's non-GMO. So all the good stuff there. And the saw palmetto, that helps with circulation in your prostate. So I think this might be good for people 50 and up. If you're kind of looking more for your urinary tract and stuff like that going on, this might be the better option for you. So my experience with it, I started taking these, and I noticed like really quickly overnight, I think it's like the night after I took it that I was feeling it. If I woke up, I was like, whoa. So kind of down there, and so yeah, pretty fast acting. Okay, so what I've actually migrated to and I started taking instead is, again, it's Havasu, but this is L-Arginine circulation formula with pine bark. And what the amount of L-Arginine is a lot more. It's 1,800 milligrams, so that's 1.8 grams. So you're in that, if you're doing it for ED, you're in that range right there, what they recommend. And then pine bark actually even supports that. It also supports blood flow. So it's like 2 buddies kind of working together for that. Now, is this and you take 3 a day for these, but the amount in here, it covers you for 30 days. Now, can you do this strictly for ED as an ED treatment? I think some people do. Again, it's with like everybody is different. Everybody's bodies and their circumstances and their biology is a little different on how they react to certain supplements and medications. I mean, you've got people where like now I'm horrible with pronouncing stuff. Sildenafil, your Viagra, and your Cialis, so your Tadalafil, and you know what I'm talking about. So your main, a lot of people like, not a lot, but there are some people where those have no effect, right? So everyone's a little different. Everyone requires different dosages and whatever. So this is something that you can try, and you can try and see if it works. I mean, you don't need those, or this is also commonly used with it. So the way I look at it, if you're already taking those, and if they're not 100% effective, maybe sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, or you feel like you need a little extra boost even with what you have, you can take these along with your sildenafil and your Tadalafil, your Viagra, and your Cialis. In fact, I've seen a compounded prescription for Cialis that's compounded with L-Arginine for the daily. So it is, because you're talking about a natural amino acid right here. Again, I'm not a doctor. I always consult your physician too. But so this isn't like you're taking some kind of like a root or a herb or something man-made, some synthetic something. This is a natural occurring amino acid, which means side effects are also rare. And that's my final point here. Oh, with these two, just like the other one, there's no odor, there's no taste, and the capsules are the same size. If I can pour it out. Here we go. So again, very similar to the other one. And these work great too. So I just take 3 of these a day with a meal. But again, because it's amino acid that's natural, to take more than the daily, I think the daily's between 30 and 50 grams, where it's kind of like, okay, it's too much. And even then, I think it's more like, stomach aches, nausea, stuff like that. But because side effects are rare with L-Arginine, typically if you have one, it may be from the other thing that's in it. And this is why I like the Havasu brand, is because typically their L-Arginine products, that's your main thing, and then it has something else. And they have a few others of these too. So there are some products that are compounded where you just have, it's just loaded with L-Arginine and just a ton of other stuff. And then because it's got all this other stuff, that gives you a better chance of just one of those other things, or possibly more than one, causing some kind of side effect. For example, some of the mushroom coffees that you get that's loaded with all kinds of stuff, it gives me a stomach ache. And I'm not sure what it is. It may even be maca, but I'm not sure. But something there, it kind of like upsets, almost like a kind of a stomach cramp. And every time I do it, even with some of the supplements, some of the testosterone boosters that might have some of that, there's always something in there that has that side effect. I haven't narrowed it down to see what it is, but nothing with L-Arginine. So again, this is something that typically works fast for me, in my experience, with no side effects. And if you are doing it for ED, then again, this is something you can try along with it, or you can try it without your ED medication and see if this works on its own. But anyway, just let me know what you think in the comments. You can like, subscribe, whatever. I just review all kinds of random crap. So anyway, kind of a long video here. I'm going to try to do more, really with little editing, just almost like a live video of these, instead of just uploading my Amazon reviews. These are on there too, but a lot shorter. Okay, so that's it, and I'll see you next time.